Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. I am Nick the Booksmith, and I guess today's kind of like a show and tell. I've got some books that I'm going to show you and flip through for Etsy. And then I have some hand marbled paper that I wanted to show you from the last session that I did a couple weeks ago. That did not happen today. I told you I was going to marble today. That did not happen. I forgot I had a doctor's appointment. So you know, life happens and then stuff doesn't get done, right? So for that reason, I only have 4 journals as well. I have 4. And so these are the 4. This one's a little wider, you know, this way, but same, they're all the same height. So I guess it doesn't matter, does it? These 3, I'll just show you these 3 because they're similar. So these 3 are approximately, I think, like 5, yeah, almost 5 by 8 1/4. So that's these guys. We have a day book. The insides are fairly similar, and so I'll flip through real quickly, but they're all very similar. This one has a ledger paper on the outside and a day book label on the front. The spine is a burgundy, and then there is the back. It's the back of the ledger. And on the inside, we of course have some hand marbled paper. This one is in like a pale blue feather pattern with like a little sprinkling of other things on top. So it's got, so you see the feather pattern and then it's like stippled. So it's real pretty. It's got greens and blues and teals and blacks, so it's real pretty. And then we've got the if lost, kindly return, ex libris. And then going through, there's going to be some little trimmings of other marbled paper. There's going to be some textbook pages. These are the semi-naked ones, so they're not decorated as far as like ephemera goes, but I still did some sewing on the pages, but not a ton. These are writing journals, and so, well, you can do whatever you want. You can decorate it if you want. Who am I to say what you're supposed to do with these things? But anyway, you don't have to write in it. I did some of the quotes from the novel. Just a little bit of collaging here and there, but nothing over the top, so that each person can personalize their journal to their own circumstance. Maybe it's going to be a travel journal. I did some of those little number cutouts. This is like a ledger page. There's map paper. Maybe it's, you know, a year in the life of blah, blah, blah. So, and so, you know. So you can finish it up however you would like. There's some little collagey things all the way through. This one has a little map envelope on the side. And there are book pages and some stamping, some more of those quotes. A lot of interesting things to look at, which I think is important. If you're going to be writing through a journal, I like it to be interesting. These are pages from an old textbook on how to fold a letter. I thought it was really cool, so I put it in there. Some ledger paper. Here's a little sewn pocket there. A little bit of stamping, some fabric scraps sewn on, and then my little stamp in the back, and then I added a little pocket in the back of this one. So this is the day book. This is the journal, and kind of a cool cover on this one. It's got little ledger and letter and receipt and correspondence. It's like a collage. I think it's really pretty. And then the spine is green with a journal label on the front. And this one has a purple and tan and black and white, kind of very, very antique looking marbled paper. You might remember this from when this first time I showed the marbled paper that I did. So you might remember this sheet of paper. It is now in this book, never to be used again. So I think that's what I really like about it, is that like all of these books have hand marbled paper, but they're all one of a kind. There's no way you can reproduce these. They are what they are. It's an organic process, and you kind of let the cards fall where they may. So I think that's kind of a cool thing, though. Nobody else will have this. So again, the Ex Libris, you can tell it's a real marbled page because, my fingers got all the stuff all over the place. Some more of the some hand marbled paper sewn in. This one has, I think, a few more pages. I think this one might have a few more pages. I'll put that in the description, though. A little sewn on there, but basically the same. This one has a little pocket and a quote, but the same textbook. I even used the same textbooks. So some more quotes, some stamping, some matte paper, and some sewn on collage bits. There's some more notebook paper and some of those letter things, the letter thing, the number things, number cutouts. Here's a little pocket on this one, and it's on the back of this ledger, so it stretches all the way through, and then there's a little pocket on that side as well. Another quote there. I love that. We're not handsome, are we, my darling? Nope, we're not. We're not handsome at all. Some more bits all sewn on there. And some textbook pages and my stamp. And then here is the back of this guy. I love that. I don't know. At first it wasn't my favorite, and then it turned into one of my favorites. I don't know why. I really love that paper. Number 3. So this one has some beautiful paper on the front with some paisleys and some flowers, but it has this pretty blue background with the green and the copper and red, and so I put a copper book plate on the front with a brown spine, and inside of this one is this brilliant blue feathered hand marbled paper. This one was one that I turned into one of that's in the kit. I love this paper. It's so pretty. It's hard to use them when you love them so much. It's hard to cut it up, but that's what it's for. That's what it's for. Just relax. It's what it's for. There's another Ex Libris. Some more of the number cutouts. Like I said, these are all very, very similar, but I will put the number of pages. It's not that different. It's just a few more in that other one. Some the quotes and some more maps. This page turned out really cool. Just some tea-stained papers and ledger. Here's just a random page I had left over in a pile somewhere. Another number code cutout. A little quote down here. And some accounting paper. Some more of that textbook. These pages have famous poetry on them. I really like them. Another quote. This textbook paper came from a typing textbook from the 1950s for high school, kids learning how to type. I thought it was really cool. I found it in a trash bin at the recycle yard. I was like, oh no, Don't you dare throw that away. A little bit of stamping in this one. And there's my stamp in the back. And then that brilliant, beautiful blue feathered hand marble paper. So that is this lady. And then this one is kind of special. So this one's a little bit bigger. It is one of the day ledgers. It has a chocolate brown spine. And as you can see, there's some bits hanging out. And yeah, it's kind of pretty. So inside, this is the only one that doesn't have any of the hand marbled paper, because at the time I finished it, I didn't have any that would work with it, so I used this beautiful, this is like a Scotch thistle, and I love this paper, and so yeah, it went in there. This one is decorated. It only has a couple pieces of ephemera, but it's like, this one's like decked out, and yeah, this one I kind of went to town on. I guess I have to be in the mood, but there's all kinds of pockets and tabs and stamping, just like all throughout this thing. It's a mess. It's just a mess. I hope you like it. There's quotes and sewn on trims all over the place. Lots of pages. As you can see, it still lays nice and flat for easy writing. Nice pockets and trim. Isn't that beautiful? Little bird eating the thistle seed. That's kind of what made me want to do the thistle paper. And a nice big pocket here. Some book pages. Some more stamping. Another quote. And these on the edge, these are vintage sari trims that you guys know I always use those and turn those into whatever. Haven't done it in a little while, but yeah, that's what these are. Some of them are vintage sari, and then some of them are old textiles. Nice little tag page there. Here is a little sari trim pocket or tuck spot. Another little poem or quote and some stamping down here. A little fern. Some more tabs there. And some stamping here and some ledger. Some beautiful watercolorist book pages. Holden. Here is another pocket. I did put a couple little botanical prints inside this big envelope here, or tuck spot. I love this. Is like a natural fiber paper, so it tea stained really pretty. It picked it up kind of in splotches. I think it looks really cool. Really cool. Here's a little fold out, and this is the beginning of a Poe story, Fall of the House of Usher. So it's like the first little section of that story. There's another little poem there. And some stamping. Okay, I think we're getting to the end. Another one here. I love this. These are moths, and they're around this really cool fungi of some sort. It's a really pretty image. Another quote up there. Some more stamping and some honeybees. And some more stamping and a pocket. And the end. And the ex libris goes in the back of this one. So this lovely bedecked lady this is number 4. Okay, so now that is done, let me show you what I did in the last session of marbling. And so some of these are what is called over marbling. So I marbled a page, and then I lightly marbled over the top of it in another after it dried. So can you see the silver on top of the blue and yellow fountain pattern underneath? So it's kind of cool. It's just different. It's different. I like it. This one too. This one was purple and blue and green underneath, as you can see. And then I went over it. Let me see if I can get the camera to pick it up. You see the gold? So there's a light gold swirl over the top of that. It's very subtle, but it's kind of cool. Here is another one of the, it's an ancient, not ancient, what is it? Oh, the word, it starts with an A and it just escaped me. Antique stone. Sorry, I'll get it. So this one is like the zigzag pattern, and then I spattered over it with copper. So it's got little copper dots on it. So it's pretty. And then I did a lot of the Turkish stone patterns, just in different colors. This one happens to be in like a salmony, dark salmony color with dark green and light green. I think it turned out really pretty cool. Pretty cool. That guy. This one is done in like a pine green, a super dark, like grayish teal, and then like a mocha brown. I think it turned out really neat. I wasn't sure about it at first, and it's those that end up being like some of your favorites. I don't know, it just looks really, I don't know, rich, and I don't know, like it. I like it. I love this one. So this one I did with, so there's like a dark Kelly green, and then there's this deep teal, and then there's this cinnamon color and some white veining, and I think this one came out really pretty. I like that one a lot. That one's going to be hard to cut up. This one is also another stone pattern, and it has that cinnamon in the background with an ivory, and then this cobalt blue, and then a pretty, like a grayed down green over, like a lichen green maybe over the top. I love this stone pattern. Something about it. This is like some of the original, how they started out with hand marbling. This was like some of the original Turkish patterns, and something about them are just, I don't know, just gorgeous. This one is another green and like a chocolate brown, and they kind of look like agate to me, or granite. I like those. And I think we're getting to the end of the stones. This one is done in this kind of a blue-green, and then like this cobalt and white, and it too kind of looks like a stone pattern, kind of an agate pattern. I think it came out pretty darn cool. I'll have to scan some of these before I cut them up. This one was yellow, green, salmon, and black, and came out pretty cool as well. Kind of a neat color combination on that one. This one is just a swirly pattern, I guess, but it's got the kind of a wine color and leaf green and blue and black. So that one kind of came out pretty cool. Here is that first one I showed you that I told you was the fountain with the silver over the top. This is what it looks like without the silver over the top. So it's just the blue, green, and yellow. Here's one of the back and forth patterns that I did with the little, what you guys call the underneath the mushroom. So mushroom caps. So here we go. These are mushroom caps floating in a river is kind of what they look like. I know, it's kind of cool though, right? Okay, so now we're going to get into I did some over marbling on some of the stone patterns, and these are some of my favorite. I did a stone pattern that was basically dark brown to light brown is basically what it was. And it was cool on its own, but I thought it was plain enough that I could do something over the top. So I ended up doing this gold. Let's see if I can get it to pick up. It's really hard to get it to pick up in the light in the camera. I did this gold swirled veining thing over the top of it, and I think it came out pretty cool. I'll try to get it to, there you go. Maybe that can show it up pretty well. In person, it's really, really cool. I think it looks better in person than it does on camera. This one is one of the green stone patterns that I did a real, like a stone gold vein over the top of it. Can you see that? There we go. That'll pick it up. And it really does make it look like, you know, rocks with gold veining through them. This one is green with a copper swirl over the top. You can probably pick that up a little bit easier. The copper sometimes comes up a little bit more, a little bit better than the gold does. That one's pretty too. And then these are the last two, and they're similar. This one is the blue, green, brown, and cinnamon, and then I did a gold veining over the top of it. I think this one's pretty cool. The next one is just more blue. So it's basically the same color combinations, except I used more blue in this one. But I really like that the over marbling technique where you go over it with just a veining of another color, and I like to use the metallics. I think it looks pretty neat. So that is that was the session. Everything is ready so that hopefully tomorrow morning I can start hand marbling again, and I will film some of that process as well so I can kind of show some of the process and not just show the end result. The books will be going up for sale on Saturday morning, and today is, today is, what's today? Today is the 28th, so that means Saturday is the 30th. Saturday is the 30th. So Saturday, well, it should be morning. Let's do Saturday afternoon. So let's do like Saturday at 5 p.m. Let's do that. So I am in Mountain Standard Time, so 5 p.m. is 7 p.m. on the East Coast. It's 6 Central Time, 5 for us, and then 4 on the Pacific Coast. So yeah, so 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, Saturday, this Saturday, the 30th, I will put all these 4 books up for sale on the Etsy store. All right, guys, so I guess that's it for today. I will catch up with you really soon with another hand marbled session, and there's a couple more things I wanted to kind of jam in at the end of this week, so hopefully we'll get that too. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the journals and the hand marbled paper, and I hope everybody is having a great day, and I'll see you really soon. Bye, guys.